I like your hair.
Why are you here?
You're about to meet Rachel in a few minutes for lunch, aren't you?
I plead the fifth.
Now, I promised, I know, not to meddle in my daughter's life.
Yes, you did.
But what would you call an honest and loving effort by a mother to make sure that her daughter didn't make a decision that she'd regret for the rest of her life?
Meddling.
Sorry, I asked. You're going to hate this.
I have to hear it first.
Archie is going into the music business.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Well, he's just going to get his feet wet first, and then he's going to revamp the club, and then he's going to start a record company, but he's fairly serious.
I mean, maybe he finally decided to take that long look at his life like I've been asking him to. Mm-hmm. Maybe he's ready to walk away from Carlo's business and Carlo's friends and use his own talents to get into something legitimate. Now, what's so bad about that? Well?
You know, the Zen way of dealing with stress is to breathe in one nostril and out the other. I think that's a physical impossibility, so I've always fallen back on the old breathe in the nose and out the mouth. Is just a suggestion that you might want to employ this when I tell you what I have to tell you.
Nora, any time now. I do have a life.
Rachel's going to work for RJ.
I'm going to kill him.
The next time the world comes to an end in the middle of the night, you'd have my permission to wake me up.
I tried. But you basically were passed out.
Well, good point. I read all the details in the competition. How's Blair doing?
She's out of emergency surgery. They managed to stop the internal bleeding. Of course, they say she's going to be just fine, but when she does recover, she faces major surgery. She's fractured her hip and her pelvis. She has broken ribs, cracked vertebrae. I'm very grateful that she's alive. Grateful and amazed.
But the baby's not so fortunate.
And someone is going to need to tell Blair.
Well, where does this leave Star? Is there any late news on an alternate donor?
No. But they've stopped those horrible chemo treatments because there's no point in preparing her for a transplant that may not happen. They're trying to jumpstart her bone marrow. She hasn't got much time.
I am so sorry.
Thank you.
Here, hang on to this for a while. It's a loan.
A rosary?
Mayor gave it to my father on their wedding day.
Mayor?
Mary, my mother. Well, you don't have to say it. Just hold on to it. If there were any words for this, I'd say them. You hear, that says enough. This is not the right time to mention this, but I ran into Vicky at the hospital and we agreed that I would cover the story for the banner. Is that amenable to the two of you?
Patrick?
I don't have a problem with that. Good. We'll talk later. You're in no shape for an interview right at the moment.
No, sorry.
No apologies necessary. You don't owe anything to anyone right now.
Except Blair. Is Todd still in there?
Oh, no. He's bullying the DNA lab.
Good.
He would have made a wonderful father.
My father told me always to carry two things with me at all times. A lighter and a handkerchief.
My, oh my. Will you look at that? All these machines and not one of them good enough to save our son. He's gone. There. He died with no more than a song in his heart and a name for his soul. From your belly into the loving arms of God. Father Noonan had a funeral mass for him this morning. And afterwards, I went to St. Joseph's Cemetery and watched when they buried him. Now, when you get better, you and I will pick out a marker for him. You know, something that's well-made but simple. Something that'll stand the test of time. Brendan never saw the sunlight. But I promise you that the first light that he will see will be even more radiant. Because the good souls, they have thrown open the clouds and they've gathered the stars and they're watching. And they're waiting for our boy. They're waiting for... They're waiting for him to come home, you see. Our Brendan, the explorer, is on his way to the new world.
When I woke up this morning and you weren't there, I was worried about you.
Talked to Blair's doctor after the surgery, and she told me how it was with Brendan. So I made some arrangements for a proper burial.
Wish you'd asked me to come with you.
It would have been the final insult, wouldn't it?
No, I would have been grateful. I really wish you would share this with me. I'm certainly not trying to make this about me, but I feel responsible, deeply responsible for what happened.
It was an accident, Margaret.
Accidents are the result of a chain of events, and I made up the first links in that chain with my words and my timing. And I caused Blair to run out of the hospital and you to follow her. If you will allow me to acknowledge that and accept responsibility for that and say that I'm sorry, I think it would help us both.
Thank you.
You take me to see Brendan's grave?
Okay.
Hi. I know you feel awful right now, and I really wish I could put this off till later, but there's a trail out there, and the other driver's at the end of it. The longer we wait, the colder it gets, so... Gotta ask you some questions.
Go ahead.
This is all Marty's fault.
Patrick's Margaret?
Yes, the Margaret you thought was so lovely. She made a hideous scene here at the hospital last night. She got Blair so upset that Blair went running off into the night and into the path of that maniac who forced Patrick off the road.
Hello. Is there any news?
Sweet, how's Blair? Blair is still unconscious.
Oh, God.
But she's alive, and she's going to pull through. They're certain of it.
Is there any news about the other driver?
At this moment, I wouldn't make book on where the other driver fits in the food chain.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. This is Mel Hayes.
Hi. From Washington?
I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to meet under happier circumstances. I was just about to say to your aunt, if there's divine justice, then the driver of the other car will eventually suffer the torments of hell.
I'd rather he suffered the torments of me, and Kelly can tell you we can't wish him much worse than that, can we?
No, probably not. I am so sorry. I wish that we could go back to last night, and I wish I could change everything.
Don't we all? Of course we can't.
Keep thinking of the baby. And somebody having to tell Blair.
You and Kathy and I will take care of Blair. We will love and comfort her.
How can I? How can we comfort her?
All right, I'm going to head back to the Banner and pull up everything we've written about Star and start a cram course on bone marrow transplants.
And maybe there'll be some good news. They'll identify the other car.
If I could make the news instead of write it, that would be my lead. I'll see you later.
I can't bear this anymore. I wish I could call Joey. I know that he would understand. So why don't you? I can't. Why? He has written me a letter and he broke up with me. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. How could you? It was a surprise to me, too. We were in love. You were in love. Okay? Forgive me for saying this, but you're better off, all right? You're much better off having a broken heart than a deluded one, because a broken heart will always heal. And someday, you will find out how very wrong he was for you, because you will find a man who is strong and supportive and just like Mel is.
I don't think I like Mel.
Why not?
He scares me.
Don't.
Don't what?
Go anywhere near RJ.
Yeah, right.
Waste of time, make matters worse.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
What am I doing?
Your face, it's very scary. Oh, that's better.
Hey, come on. At least I'm handling this thing pretty well.
Yeah, you're handling it better than I expected. Certainly better than I did.
Oh, yeah? Did you blow a fuse?
Oh, major maternal meltdown.
Come on, who could blame you?
Rachel.
All right, besides Rachel.
Yeah, well, I just thought I'd come here and give you the heads up and then suggest that you proceed with extreme caution.
Yeah, okay. Well, look, I'll do my best, all right? But I'm no diplomat.
No, you're not.
It was hanging out at Club Indigo that got Rachel hooked on drugs in the first place.
Not exactly. It was Javier Perez. Yeah, Rachel and I stopped throwing guilt trips and flatware long enough to have that come out.
You know, I didn't really quite believe that RJ could do that kind of thing to my kid.
No, it didn't make a lot of sense, especially since he worked so hard to get her back for us.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, I don't trust the situation. He may not have gotten her hooked, but his world did, and it could again.
Well, okay, but this lunch is your chance to get her to change her mind. So just be calm, be rational, be manipulative, and if all else fails, be honest.
So what is this, Nora Buchanan's courtroom secrets, huh? Thank you so much for ruining my lunch date.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll be able to stop this?
Not a chance in hell. But at least we can get this on record, and then we can say, I told you so.
Yeah, because what are parents for?
My dogs are fed Pedigree Little Champions because it was designed for small dogs. And when you open the can, you can see the quality, you can smell it too. It's very reassuring that the beef in Little Champions has gone through the USDA inspection process.
Pedigree, developed with vets, recommended by top breeders.
Even down to its stainless steel exhaust system, a Pontiac Grand Am is built to be driven quite hard, which may explain why it's driven quite often. Grand Am, built for kicks, built for keeps.
Very cute. Oreo cookies in bed?
But this is a different kind of Oreo.
Ah, the crumbless kind.
50% less fat. There won't be any crumbs.
Let me have one.
Come on.
Enjoy 50% reduced fat Oreo.
Deep clean your pores while you sleep. Neutrogena Deep Pore Treatment penetrates all the way down into your pores to clear away blockages and occasional problems. Wake up to a clear complexion with Neutrogena Deep Pore Treatment.
3 women, 3 pregnancy tests. She saw a line. She saw 2 lines. She saw a plus sign. With Fact Plus One Step, the plus-minus signs are so easy to read, they're unmistakable.
Hello, Mom. Guess what?
Fact Plus. That satiny smooth feeling. It's yours with Gillette Sensor Excel for women. Feel its unique handle and non-slip rubber grip. How the protective microfilms cushion your skin. Sensor Excel for women. Hold on to the feeling.
One Life to Live will continue in a moment here on ABC.
Born to laugh, born to run, and born to save. It's the USA Baby Born to Save sale with incredible savings. Even on special items you won't find just anywhere, like our convertible strollers, multi-use high chairs, cribs that grow, and more. And with our design center, delivery, and layaway, USA Baby offers the total service you need. Born to be wild? Maybe. Born to save? Definitely. At USA Baby.
Hurry in now for USA Baby's giant sale. In Bakersfield, call 836-BABY.
To find a place that does quality brake work is good. If the shop happens to work on exhaust, it's better. If it also specializes in suspension, well, that's best. That's Midas, where now it's brake exhaust suspension time at your local Midas dealer. Right now, save 25% off the regular price of Midas brake shoes or pads, and save 25% off the regular price of any muffler. Come to Midas and save the best sale at Midas.
I'm going to make sure that lucky shoppers are getting their big book of savings.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, good.
I thought I'd check to see whether you've got...
Oh, you can't touch the mail.
Well, this is important. I'm looking for the... Big Book of Savings. This is what I'm looking for.
The May Big Book has over $600 in savings. Get Pepsi or Diet Pepsi, 2 for $1. And Lay's potato chips are just 99 cents, but only with your coupons.
You know, next time it might be even bigger.
Well, I guess you could give me a hand then.
Says who? Give me strength.
50 to 75% off wallpaper, only at Wallpaper for Less. Over 300 patterns and 200 borders in stock, and thousands available for special order. Wallpaper for Less.
Some believe the family that prays together stays together. A look at National Prayer Day tonight on the news beginning at 5.
You don't think you can trust me if I go to work for Uncle RJ?
I don't think I can trust RJ or the people he attracts.
He has a big investment, emotional and financial, in his plans for the club and the label. It's his dream, Daddy. And he's not going to do anything to put it at risk. And it was you who set him on this path. You should have a little faith in your powers of persuasion. Don't you know how good you are?
Yeah, I'm doing great right now.
Well, consider this. The worst of the music business can't be as ugly as what I saw on the streets and in the alleys. Part of turning your back on an old life is finding a new one to take its place. This music business that Uncle RJ's trying to get off the ground, it's the first thing that's got me going in ages.
But I remember you being excited about starting a career in drug rehabilitation. Is that over and done with?
Doubt it. What better place to find substance abuse than in the music business? Well, I could have dual careers.
Yeah, maybe so. I mean, you won me over.
Well, I learned from the master.
Well, the master is folding his cards for the time being.
Well, you'll be glad you did. And you'll be proud of me. Dad, it feels so right and so real. It isn't just smoke and mirrors.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No smoking at a newspaper?
Company policy for the last 5 years.
Well, how do people write without nicotine?
Oh, we have a designated smoking area.
Oh, good. Where?
You just follow the exit signs until you find yourself in front of the building.
Bottom line, Mal, as an ex-smoker, I'm the only one on the floor who likes to smell a secondhand smoke, but no one else but the dad who does.
Well, I quit smoking when my kids were little, and then I followed secondhand smoke like a marlin through the Gulf Stream. I was insanely attracted to women who reeked of used ashtrays. But civilization is built on respect for the community, and in deference to the wishes of the community, I will remove myself and my weeds. But in the interests of consistency, I must insist that the both of you give up automobiles, pesticides, and outdoor barbecues. Be seeing you.
I'm sure that Mel can seem intimidating, but it's probably just that you're upset about Blair and what's happened with Joey. It's a good thing you weren't in Paris when all this happened. This way we can all be together and comfort Blair.
Patrick, I know the last 12 hours have been really been hell for you, but if you can remember anything else.
Same thing I told the officer at the scene. Extra set of lights.
Yeah, fog lights. Well, throw in the tire tracks, and maybe we're getting somewhere.
That and the color of the car. I thought it was white or beige or gold, a color that you can see at night. I don't know.
Great.
For goodness sakes. It's not much to go on, is it? You know, a light-colored car with fog lights, There must be thousands of them in Landview.
Baby breath and violence.
Yes.
Violence, the flower of ancient Athens. Symbol of modesty, sleep, and early death. Saw a young altar boy this morning at the funeral mass. Snub-nosed, freckled, cowlicks plastered down. But he was very focused and very committed. And he's well trained. He has a good hand at the bells. So after the service, he was sitting on the church steps, and I went up and I asked him what his favorite subject was at school. And he said, reading. He said, I'd love to read. And he was eating a hard-boiled egg and had a little box of salt. He was very proud of it. You could tell that he treasured it. And it's funny because that's exactly what I used to eat when I used to do the service when I was a boy. I turned away when they put Brendan's little casket in the hearse. And when I turned back, the boy was gone. I asked Father Noonan if he'd known his name, and he said no, that he was only a substitute. I wish I could have had a chance to pack a hard-boiled egg and a box of salt for Brendan.
I'm gonna go home. I'm a wreck.
Honey, it's really very generous of you to be here at all when you've got troubles of your own. And I promise I'll call you, okay, if there's any change in Blair's condition or any news about Star.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Pretty hard, huh?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you'll feel better after we find who's responsible for this.
Are you sure you will?
Yeah, it's only actually a matter of time. Whoever did this was reckless and thoughtless and careless. They didn't take the time to cover their tracks, but we've got the time to follow them.
When you do find the person, what happens then?
Well, we'll certainly find something that'll stick. Involuntary manslaughter or reckless endangerment.
So what does the other driver get? Fine or something?
No, it's more serious than that. The driver that we're looking for left the scene, which resulted in the death of an unborn child and critical injury to the mother. No judge is going to take that very lightly. I would almost promise you prison time.
How much?
Well, it actually depends on whether or not they're charged with the death of Blair's baby. If that happens, then our friend is going to be in the license plate business for a long time.
We got it.
Got what?
We're gonna go through with Star's procedure.
I hope this isn't one of your Todd jokes.
No, Mrs. Lord. The DNA results are in. One of your private donors is a 5 out of a possible 6 match.
Oh, thank you, God.
It's the best we could possibly have hoped for.
Yes.
It's not perfect, but it's gonna give Star a chance. A chance of a lifetime.
Oh! Who is that?
Huh? Madam Publisher, please feel free to settle anywhere. Although I don't
have anything really interesting to offer except the spectacle of a grown man typing with 4 fingers.
Please, allow me to provide a little excitement.
Give me some of that smile. Shine some more over my way.
Now Kool-Aid gives them something new to smile about. New Mega Mountain Twist.
Berry blended all up. They're coming our way.
In 3 all-new blended berry flavors. It's Mega Mountain Twist.
Give me some of that smile. The Kool-Aid smile.
Is excellence a state of mind? It's more than that. It's also the hair color I love. Excellence cream from L'Oreal. It's a special cream because it's rich in moisture. Excellence is so rich, it even protects. So creamy, it doesn't drip. And best of all, Excellence really covers gray with rich, healthy color. Isn't that what it's all about? Excellence cream from L'Oreal, the creme de la creme of hair color.
New from Off, it's Moth-Proofer. A fresh, simple way to get rid of moths. You peel, you hang, you relax. Because Off Moth-Proofer has a clean smell of fresh scent that beats the pants off smelly mothballs. And that's something everyone will appreciate.
Mother!
New Off Moth-Proofer keeps moths off. Essie Johnson Wicks.
Here. Oh, something. Oh. You guys are having spaghetti for dinner?
Life moves pretty fast. Sometimes you have to tell yourself, stop. Look around. This is the good stuff.
The look, the feel of cotton, the fabric of our lives.
This is cotton.
It sounds like this, and like this, and like this. It's the sound of freshness, and you hear it every time you open a jar of Campbell's delicious new soups. Soup stock so full with fresh carrots, fresh celery, fresh onions, and firm pasta, we had to put them in glass just to show them off. Campbell's fresh-tasting, best-tasting new soups in resealable jars. Sounds good, doesn't it?
It sure does.
The new fresh-tasting soups from Campbell's. Critics are in love with Romy and Michelle.
Okay.
Rolling Stone calls it the beige version of Dumb and Dumber.
Okay.
It's one of the funniest films of the year.
Okay.
Romy and Michelle's high school reunion.
Okay.
Rated R. Now playing.
You know what I like about New Lady Speed Stick Invisible Dry? Unlike other stick antiperspirants that can leave white residue, Lady Speed Stick helps keep me invisible and dry. Now you see it, now you don't. New Lady Speed Stick Invisible Dry.
Get inside.
I thought Stefan was the answer to my problems.
You asked for my word that she wouldn't get hurt.
Then explain Catherine to me.
I will explain nothing.
Now, when I see the way he looks at Catherine, I have a right to know what's going on between you and my husband. Maybe I was wrong.
Watch what happens on General Hospital.
ABC Daytime.
If threatening prison doesn't scare a kid straight, then what? This last chance could be their best chance for a new life. See how on ABC's World News Tonight with Peter Jennings.
You might want to use your office.
The thought had crossed my mind, yes.
My apologies. They wouldn't let me smoke in the city room.
My goodness.
Uh-oh. It belatedly occurs to me that you yourself might be a proponent of clean lungs.
Oh, I like to grab the occasional gulp of fresh air, yes.
Well, in that case, please forgive me.
Mr. Hayes, has anyone explained to you our policy on smoking in this building, anywhere in this building?
Oh, the subject may have come up, but, you know, when I really get into a story, just about everything slips my mind. And this one is like investigating an airplane crash. You know those fellows on the FAA, how they sift through the wreckage until gradually they're able to reconstruct an entire passenger jet plane, a heartbeat before disaster.
Yes, I've seen them do it. It is truly remarkable.
Well, I'm reconstructing the collision of 2 lives.
Patrick and the driver of the other car?
No. I mean Thornhart and your brother.
I mean, this insane auto accident is just another episode in a story that leads back to Ireland and the extraordinary convergence of events that brought Patrick and Todd together. I mean, it's the stuff of Greek theater.
I would settle for the stuff of a front-page story.
Todd saving Patrick's life, Patrick's son almost saving the life of Todd's daughter, each of them fathering a child by the same woman. I mean, the critical timing of events that led up to the accident. I mean, the Greeks imagined that individual destiny was something somehow spun and woven by three women they called the Fates. And when it comes to Todd and Patrick, the Fates seemed to have turned out a yard goods sale.
Oh, that's a fresh approach. I like fresh.
I notice you're about to wield that odious aerosol in my direction, and I'm sure the propellants they use in that thing are very bad for the lungs, so perhaps it might be a good idea if I were to retreat to my desk.
I think it would be an excellent idea.
And again, many thanks for the involuntary hospitality.
Oh, Mel, please don't forget these.
And by all means, smoke them in the park. I understand flower beds make an excellent ashtray.
Did I totally misinterpret what happened last night? Because if I did, please, tell me now, what was it all about?
Well, I thought I knew, but now I'm not so sure.
What changed things?
Taya,
What?
I understand she stopped by your place after I left.
So...
What do you mean, so, Kevin? If I leave Andrew, what are you going to do? Entertain Taya and me on opposite nights? Oh,
Hey.
stop it. People are going to see us.
I don't care. Let him look. Let him take a nice long look. Let him pull up a chair and make popcorn while I set you straight. Unless, of course, you don't want to be set straight because maybe you aren't intending on leaving Andrew after all.
No, I really don't know what I'm going to do. I thought I understand what you were doing, but then I ran into Taya, and I discovered I'm a little confused about that, too.
Oh, really? Well, you just stay right there and let me tell you something. Listen to me. I may have done a lot of stupid things in the months preceding last night. A lot of them caused a lot of trouble, but I never lied. I may have lied to myself, but I never lied to you. Did I? No. So you listen to me. Yes, Taya came to the carriage house last night, right after you left, in fact, bearing champagne. But I sent her away. Now, I don't know what she told you this morning, but I have a pretty good idea why. So now, if you would like, I will pick up this phone, I will call Taya, and I will make my intentions perfectly clear to her and to you. Thank you. Because I really would rather you took my word for it. I mean, that is the kind of life we want to start having together, isn't it?
I believe you, Matt. To tell you the truth, it'd be a lot easier for me if Taya was right.
Well, guess what? There's no such luck of that happening. I want you, Cassie. Nobody else except you. And now you're going to have to make a decision about what you want.
I have. After last night, I can't give you up. I know I gave up Andrew a long time ago.
Well, then, go home. Go home. Tell him that. Cassie, it's not fair anymore. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to Andrew. It's not fair to yourself. I'll cover whatever story you
No,
want.
I can handle it. I really came by to see you today, and Kevin, I can't go home right now and tell Ma. I mean, not this minute with everything is so jumbled in my life and in my heart. It just...
All right. Well, if you're not going to go home, why don't you come with me?
No, I don't know. I'm really worried about Blair. I can't. I'm just...
Well, you have your cell phone, right? Yeah. They'll call if anything happens. But, Cassie, right now, I really think that you and I need to be alone. I mean, I really think we deserve that after all this time, you know? Sort of confirm to ourselves that last night wasn't some kind of accident.
Yeah.
Good. Now, what are you going to tell Andrew when you finally go home?
I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be really hard.
I know. You have River.
No, I'm really thinking about Andrew. I mean, I've never really heard anybody like this, and Andrew's a good man. He just doesn't deserve it. I don't want to think about it, okay? I don't want to think about anything else right now.
Who's the donor?
The name of the donor won't be revealed until a year after the transplant's completed.
But that's absurd. I mean, someone has stepped forward to help Blair's daughter, and we can't express our gratitude?
I think you could best express your gratitude by respecting the procedures we've developed over the years for the psychological protection of all parties involved.
Look, somebody's done me a good turn. I'd like a chance to return the favor.
I'm afraid these policies are absolutely strict, Mr. Manning.
I just don't see why you care.
A transplant is more than the mere mechanics. Recipients often feel intense gratitude to the donors if they survive. The donors are often shaken with tremendous guilt if the recipients don't survive, or with an overpowering need to get in contact if they do. Both are given the protection of a year's time to take in the psychological implications of the procedure.
So, these people don't know who we are either?
That's right.
Well, what are the chances of the guy just showing up on my doorstep?
0 to none. Aside from the confidentiality, each donor is given a psychological screening that warns us of anyone disturbed enough to try to seek out the other person.
Oh, there you are. I came as soon as I heard the news. How is my little angel?
Your little angel?
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't help but feel a tad possessive ever since I had my little heart-to-heart with that kind young medical technician who understood my need to know whether or not my blood would return life to a suffering child.
Oh, no.
Yes. Oh, I was just one of many generous souls who wanted to donate my stem cells to Star, but I was the only one whose wish was fulfilled.
How can I ever thank you for allowing me to save your child's life?